express that and explore that is because of how dangerous and how like harmful homophobia is within male communities, right?
Yeah.
Like, if you go out and kiss a guy, you might get fucking jumped, right? Like if you kiss a guy on the street. Now, this isn't to say it's
Yeah, because I know it gave you. I tell people when you go to these conventions, it gives you confirmation of how far you have grown in your career.
Yes.
And also, I'm pretty sure you had a bunch of the top talent that you haven't shot with say, "We seen your video."
Yes. I've had people who come up to make money off of it.
But see, the thing about it is, okay, let's just keep it 100. The girls nowadays don't give a fuck about the money; they want to go viral.
Well,
Yeah, people want to go. So it's kind of like the girls. A lot of the girls that don't show their face with the feet, it ain't because they make more money with the feet. Back to where you're not doing the content houses. You're shooting content, but you're not shooting with everybody that got their mama. Now it done kind of the circle done closed up a little bit to make yourself. I don't know what I did today, but this is my second pod mommy of the day.
Hey, second of the day. All right.
Second pod mommy of the day. Well, the first one is pod mommy and working on it. And you, how long have you been a pod mommy?
Like how long have I had my podcast running for?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. It has been 2.5 years, I think. Yeah. So I started recording it in April, months. What's wrong with me? Smoke too much weed. It was November 2.5 years ago. And I think it started airing January of 2023. So, and I do an episode once every 2 weeks. So every other Monday, a new episode comes out, and I have not missed any until June. I had to take a trip to Scotland for 2 weeks. So I did that. And then I just put a couple of episodes of podcasts that I had been a guest on to sort of fill a month while I couldn't record and I was gone. But I got
what I love about this pod mommy, she's a pod mommy that does the business. And I was just talking about this on the other show. I said, we need more of us. And I'm seeing a lot of us starting to have podcasts. Why you think the porn podcast, I like to call it, or porncast, has now been growing?
Well, I think that we're at this really incredible place right now. And it doesn't necessarily mean incredible good. Things are kind of messed up. And I can just kind of speak for like the way that I feel about things, obviously. But it's like we are sorry, not on TikTok. I can speak my mind. As sex workers. And content creators of adult content and stuff, like I think people are really starting to see and notice, people in the industry, that like the government is starting to come after us. And I feel like a lot of that is really heavily based on these myths and things about sex trafficking and that we are all victims. And I mean, these are old things, but I think right now it's like, it's just happening more and more.
You know what I think it is? I think it is, especially in this era. Porn is a matriarchy.
Yeah. You're so right, dude. Yes.
Women make the most money in this business. And guess what the government don't want?
They don't like that.
They make so much money.
They don't like the women having the power over their own bodies and lives. They really don't like that. They want us, back in the kitchen with making babies.
Sexual press, sex and marriage just supposed to be for procreation, not to have orgasm or the fuck others or what have you. Just kind of like, Handmaid's Tale.
Yeah. No, I watched the first season of that show and I was like, this is brilliant and so well done, and I cannot watch it.
Tell me that the scene where he was fucking her doesn't make a great porn scene.
No. Well, hold on. Maybe not a great
where the wife was sitting there rubbing her head and he was fucking.
Yes, it's so fucking weird. But it would make a great like fetish porn scene.
Yeah.
Some people out there that are like, oh, this is everything I ever wanted to see.
Oh my God.
Definitely plenty out there like that.
Oh my God. So for you, when people listen to your podcast, what you want them to come from, what you want them to smoke over, what you want them to learn?
I want them to learn that like the people who are in porn, like the people literally making it, we are not a monolith. We are not a standardized like picture of this is what all porn stars are. My goal making the podcast was to humanize sex workers, porn stars, whatever, and normalize conversations about sex, sexuality, porn, recognize this is just like a huge part of being a human. And if you don't like it, you don't have to partake in that stuff, but a lot of people do. And I don't think that I think the more that like people hear from us, actually, the more power we could have as laborers, as workers, like that. I just want people to understand that we all have a lot of things in common and that we are just people with families and homes and whatever else. Like we just want to survive in the same ways that everyone else does. And I think some of that kind of gets lost in the brains of people who are just like jerking off and watching porn and they're not humanizing us. And I feel like I am a fully fleshed out human with so many different facets to myself and my personality. And I have this little phrase I even think of sometimes, like humanize me while you're objectifying me, okay?
Yeah, actually.
I think that like human beings, we are capable of holding both of those things at the same time. Like when I say to my husband, like, please use me like a fleshlight tonight, like fuck my face like I'm not even a person, right? That's me literally asking, like, dehumanize me while I'm having sex with you. But I am asking him, can you dehumanize me in this moment for my sexual gratification? And then when we're done, you are also like, you are my wife and you're amazing for all of these reasons. And, like they're two things that can exist at the same time. And I just want to pull people more towards understanding us like as a community. And maybe that would help people see through some of these like evangelical conservative lies that are like really pushing the whole Project 2025 thing and all that stuff. And so, yeah, that's just my hope. Like more and more people that are a little more literate about porn and about sex workers in general, that I just want them to see like we are just people doing a job. And like, so yeah, it's a little bit of a job or a career that's not considered normal, or maybe, to the people watching it and judging it, they're like, well, if anyone who could do that must be XYZ. And I'm like, well, listen to my podcast. Hear everyone's different stories of how they got to where they are. Like we're, again, not a monolith. So that's my goal. That's my hope.
And smokers, this was the hottest intro to the podcast of the whole fucking year.
Oh my goodness.
So y'all better buckle up, because this is going to be one of those episodes.
Yeah, buckle up.
So it's time to smoke this over. Welcome to the Smokers Lounge. You know who I am, Kevin Oliver, Southern Champ, a.k.a. the Porn Rap Star. Find all my links with one link, allmylinks.com/porn rap star. Sponsors, let me give them to you. First off, the hottest mag in the game, eroticismmagazine.com. Next up, award-winning, award-nominated voiceover with smut, blusherotica.com. After that, we have some of the hottest t-shirts out there in the game on tpublic.com as we speak. Past That Apparel. So check out Past That Inhalation Partners and go ahead and get yourself a t-shirt today. Also, what kind of smoke you like? I got the best kind of smoke for you. I'm talking about smokekind.com. Please use the referral link to check out many of their wonderful, wonderful specials, as well as sales that they have on. I'm talking about they're the kings of THCA. And last but not least, she's a legend, and she's now a businesswoman who has her own self-care and pain relief products. I'm talking about none other than Sarah J CBDs. So please use my promo code BBIE to get 10% off of your order from sarahjcbd.com. I'm talking about 10%, people. So please use BOBBIE to get 10% off of bath bombs, pain cream, all that stuff. You feel what I'm saying? Even on the porn side of things, she even got lube. CBD products that make you feel good. Yes, weed is used for more than just smoking, ladies and gentlemen. There you go. So also you can find me 5 days out the week in the mornings at fullswatradio.com, as well as sgpradio.com, as well as skyhawkafterdarktv.com. Now, this lady here is a pod mommy, but that ain't all she is. She's an AVN Hall of Famer. That means that, yeah, she was known, got her fame, 22 years of it. Fuck it. But she's an anomaly. Because, see, remember I told you, if you take something off the table, you got to be so goddamn good at it that we forget she's girl. So with that being said, I'm going to let this legend introduce herself to you. Tell who you is, baby.
All right. Well, I'm Sinn Sage. I have been in the industry pretty much 2002, 2003 is when I started.
Damn, you before me.
Yeah, I started as the first thing I ever did while I was 18, so it would have been 2001 or 2. And I did a couple photo shoots for and I was like, oh my god, all I have to do is get naked, which I want to do anyway. People are gonna take pictures of me, and I get paid for it. I couldn't believe it. That was when I started basically, and then I started as a dancer mainly. I did that was my main income source while I was getting bookings. And then it just kind of built up over time, and I just transitioned to being primarily on video and doing that thing. And I actually, for me personally, I do prefer the term lesbian scenes because I identify as queer, and I just I feel like when the Hall of Fame finally came around, it's because it's hard to talk about yourself. But there was something there was a type of authenticity that I brought to my performances.
Well, I mean, let's to keep it 100, because I know I've been since 2010.
Yeah,
very few women created a career off of lesbian porn strictly. Let's keep it 100. Very few. Because I remember one in a documentary. She was like, no, I would not touch no dick. Nothing. Me and a woman, period. And she stayed busy. And I think she was she was an Indian, which was funny. I can't think of her name. It was back in the day. It was one of the documentaries.
Oh, okay.
But like I said, it's because the pressure in the game to go to the boy girl side. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And to also stick to your guns in this business.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, there were, I would say pre-2010, there were a few people who would they just use different ways. I think they're trying to kind of manipulate me to do boy girl. Agents love doing that. They'll say, oh, well, we can take you on, but you're not going to get that much work. So, but I'm happy that that's kind of a thing of the past. And if anything, I mean, agents still try to pull that bullshit, but that's why I'm you don't need an agent anymore. You got fucking Twitter, right? But I think that just overall, it's we're in this age right now that's really amazing that you can make your own content and you can market it. You can do everything yourself. You're not beholden to these companies that are no, you have to look this exact way and you have to do that kind of work only. And eventually you have to do anal or no one's going to want to see you. And it's actually, I can do whatever I want. I can weigh as much as I want and I can make my own money. And guess what? People want to see it. They want to see me. And that's why I see some of these studios or agents have this idea in their head, only these kind of people can work in the industry. And it's we're just out here proving that that's not even true. Yeah. And then for me with the girl only thing, it was when I first got into the industry, I had a long-term monogamous relationship with my male partner. When from 18 to 27, I was just with this guy. And so when I got into the business, I had been dating him before. So I don't know. I was just like, for me, I was like, well, yeah, I'm just going to work with women. Like, it wasn't even a question. I was like, I'm obviously not going to sleep with other dudes. Duh. And then when we broke up, finally, when I left him, it was like, well, now you have this opportunity. If you want to do boy girl, you can do it now. And I still wasn't like, for me, it wasn't like, oh no, my boyfriend was holding me back from doing boy girl. It was like that I loved what I was doing and I was making a good living doing what I was doing. And like when I go on set, my days are always awesome. Like even if I work with girls who are kind of maybe their attitude isn't great, it's like once we get to the sex part, it's all good. Like me and another girl and I, like we're gonna have a great time. But I've been around for a very long time, and I have
because see, you like when I talked to Sarah J and many of the legends. You came in before the internet was popping.
Totally. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
you had to go to Silicon Valley to get it.
Yep. To get the internet. Yeah. So it was really like that, my first few bookings and everything, it's like I had to call the guy or whoever was making it. I had to call someone on the phone. I had to have him tell me how to get there from where I lived, like which freeway, and I had to write down this freeway to that freeway to that freeway. And I did not have a cell phone.
They wanted a MapQuest.
Not yet. No. Eventually I went to MapQuest, but when I was living on my own, like I didn't have a computer or a laptop.
You had to write that shit down.
Yeah, just write that shit down. Or then like to answer my emails, like go to a fucking internet cafe. Do you remember those?
Oh yes.
Yeah. So I go to an internet cafe and I'd look at my like one model place, my model mayhem. I do my emails at an internet cafe for a couple hours.
Model mayhem. That tells you how back in the day we talking.
It's far.
I talk my age too. Say shit.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's where we were. So it was just like, people I was shooting with were still using like giant cameras that had full-size VHS tapes in them. Like that was how long ago when I started.
And see, that's the reason why girls didn't do independent back then, because it was really no way to do it.
You had to be super tech savvy, and a few lucky women were. I think like Danny.com or something was like
Danny Ash. DannyAsh.com.
Yeah, exactly.
See, I talked about her.
Yeah.
The prerequisite to the webcam era, if you want to be talking about her, and Lisa Chin. Mm-hmm. And they were the ones they used to have. She used to have different models up there, or had both of them did. They were the first ones on the internet.
Yeah.
About it.
And I want to say like Joanna Angel as well, was pretty early, and for queer
stuff. She was one of the first ones to have a website.
Yeah, exactly, and that's what I'm saying. Like she was ahead of the game. Now she's a millionaire superstar, so good for her.
I even remember that they used to say these are laughing motherfuckers for getting the clips for sale.
Yeah, well,
that's how bad it was. They're like, if you didn't have a .com, you're not a porn star.
Right. Yeah. And it's so interesting looking back and then just seeing how many times things have changed. And and then it's just so many people now are like, they came in off OnlyFans, and I'm like, bitch, I was doing this for so much long before OnlyFans became a thing. And that's why I'm like,
it was funny. She's one of a few females that can sit here and say, I came in when they were just looking for 18-year-olds. And I'm still in it where now they're looking for MILFs.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Same. Yeah. Well, I came in, dude. I look at some of my stuff. I look at like my first shoot ever, and I'm like, oh my God, I look 14. Like I was 18. I was 19 actually, but oh wow, I looked like such a little baby.
Oh my God.
And then now it's like, well, I'm about to turn 42. And I'm gonna do this work till I retire. I am not. When I say that, I don't mean I'm gonna be retiring like next year or something. I mean like retirement age. So I don't know if I'll be able to do it on the internet or if I'll have to go out and do in-person stuff. I don't know what it's going to look like, but like sex work is my career, and it's not just my career. Like it's a part of my identity. Like when people are like, tell me who you are in like one sentence, you know, I'm like, I am a queer goth sex worker. Like that's who I am.
Podcaster.
Yes.
Podcaster too. You got to put that there. You know what I'm saying? Proudly. Wear that shit with pride. I'm just saying.
Yeah. I mean, I'm really proud of it.
I'm going to ask you this now, because we about to unpack this lesbian. Because see, the reason why I say I'm going to say this, why? We done talk transgender. Yeah. We done talk straight up gay porn.
Right.
Never talk lesbian. So let's begin here. Your first pro shoot, because you did a pro shoot, your first shoot.
Yeah.
Let's unpack it. Tell me how you felt, how nervous you was. How did they make you feel comfortable, and the female made you feel comfortable?
Yeah, it's actually kind of a cute story. So, so for me at the time, I was living in like the Palm Springs area. And from there to get to, let's just say the Valley, like North Hollywood or something. Okay, you're looking at 2.5 hours without too bad of traffic, right? But this shoot was in Moore Park, which is like Simi Valley, which is like the tippy top of the valley. So it took me like, I woke up at like 4 or 5 in the morning to try to, well, whatever time it was, like I needed to get there at 10. And so I drove that whole drive out there. And that was my call time was 10. And then so I learned my first porn lesson that when it's a pro shoot like that with a makeup artist and everything, it's hurry up and wait. Hurry up and get here so you can sit in this room and wait until we're ready for you. And that took all day long. Got that
because you was one of many shoots that it was.
Yeah, it was a company that no longer exists called Gwen Media, and they made like
damn. I think they were really. I think it was them, Bluebird. Because Bluebird was known for lesbian porn big time. It was a couple other companies I can't think that was strictly lesbian.
Well, this was not strictly lesbian. This was so Gwen Media. Their main thing is like latex BDSM fetish.
Okay.
Right? And then they also integrated, like a lot of companies don't do that. If it's like bondage BDSM, it's separate from sex. There's not a
wait a second. You did a BDSM scene your first scene?
Yeah, there was like spanking and stuff. Yeah. Oh, but dude, like I was a 90s kid on the internet. So my parents had no idea what was going on. And I knew how to use the internet. So I had already been very interested in being spanked and flogged and all of those things, despite not being old enough at the time. So I knew for sure that I was going to do like fetish work and BDSM stuff before I got in. And when I started, I was a sub. And there was just a certain year, I want to say 07 or 08, where I was like, all right, these DOMs are not doing what they should be doing. And I think I could do it a lot better. And then I kind of turned into a DOM. But you know, I still like a good spanking if it's done right. But yeah, so that was my first, and it was a giant house out there. They were shooting boy-girl scenes as well. They were shooting like all kinds of stuff. And so hurry up and wait. And then I got my makeup done around like 1, and then we didn't do the scene till like 4. And actually there were 2 scenes, and I only got paid the one price for it. And the price was a lot lower back then.
So they did a bulk rate for you.
They gave me what was standard rate at the time, which is basically for, you know, the day of work. It wasn't like how many hours are you here? Because I was there for like 14 hours. It was like I was doing 2 scenes and I only got $500. So it was 2003. So, you know, and at the time I was like, fucking one day and I got $500. I was working at the Olive Garden, you know, so I was just like, this is much better than the Olive Garden.
Yeah.
And but anyway, so I was with this performer named Anna Mills, and she had a lot of experience, and I've actually seen her since like way back in the day that I watched that show Cat House.
Yeah.
I've seen her on that a few times. And but the thing that was so cool about that is that she, you know, it was like, here's this young girl and it's her first time ever doing a scene, like a girl scene. And she was just so kind to me. She was so nice, and she was so just like fun and playful and like laughing and keeping it casual, but also making sure to like almost like direct positive energy towards me. And so when we did the scene together, it's hard to remember all of it, but she was just really kind of guiding me, and she was really kind about it, and she was having fun with it, which allowed me to feel like I could have fun with it too. And it was really nice. The worst part was when it was like, hey, here's your check and you can go home now. And it was like 11 o'clock at night. I was fucking exhausted and I had no idea where I was because no phone, did not have the directions going back. Like, I wish I can't remember. So I was like out there in Moore Park in the middle, and it was dark as shit. Like there were it was fucking crazy. And I literally pulled off at one of those like housing tracks that has like a little like you could push buttons and talk to someone from it outside. And I just pushed a button and I was like, can you help me? I'm totally lost and I don't know how to get back to the freeway. And some person was just like, yeah, you just go this way and you go that way. And I was like, oh my God, lifesaver. And then I had to pull over to sleep in my car for a few minutes at one point. Like it was crazy, but it was overall a really good experience. And for me, like when it comes to nervousness, I was never nervous about the naked part, about the sex part. You know, I was never nervous about that. It was more just like, I don't know, like, is this how it's done? Because also, like, I've never really watched porn, like, never. I mean, you know, as an adult, but it's like, this is my whole entire life now. So I'm just kind of like over it. But even when I got into porn, I had barely seen anything. So I didn't know. I was like, I'm just gonna.
Well, I mean, what you would have saw was being boy and girl, though. But because that would, now I think it was in your, okay, people understand. You know how your parents had the VHS in the room.
I was literally gonna say.
Yeah. My parents had like 3 or 4. My sister and them had a couple. You know what I'm saying? Yep. So yeah.
There might have been a time as a young person that I came to the living room and they were still in bed and I pushed play on whatever was in the VCR and some lesbian stuff was there.
Well, hey.
And I got scared and I turned it off.
What your parents might have been into. I'm just saying, isn't it? I was sitting there like, why is a BDSM level gangbang video in my dad's?
That sounds good.
Okay, my dad. but now, of course, you had the experience of being on DVD cover.
Yeah.
Tell me, how did that feel when you saw that for the first time?
Oh man, for the first time, I don't know. I probably pretty proud. I think I was just like,
did they tell you ahead of time? Did they tell you ahead of time that you made the cover?
What'd you say?
Did they tell you ahead of time? Head of time that you made the cover?
No. I think I just saw, and I can't even remember exactly the first time I saw that. Might have been, shit, man. I was just like going out to LA in my early years and just like shooting with whoever like got me the job, and I didn't really ask like, where's this gonna be? Do I get to see it? Do I get a cop? Like I was just kind of like, thanks for the paycheck and the good time, like. So yeah, I couldn't tell you what the first time that I saw that, but I do remember like just being excited and proud and, you know, happy and being like, yeah, I'm gonna keep doing this. Like, yeah, sure.
So it's like this. Of course, you don't want to talk technical about it. When it comes to boy, girl.
Yeah.
We have to open ourselves up, angle. Some of that shit is not comfortable. Even though the sex might be good, it's not comfortable. How physically taxing is a lesbian scene?
You know, it's funny. It depends. But for the most part, see, that's one of the things too, like from people who I know that either started girl, went to boy, or went to boy, then went back to girl. I've had a lot of conversations with people in those various stages. And definitely, like, I remember one performer was like, she's like, shit, it's so much easier. All I have to do is like take it. Like the guy does everything. He moves me around, he picks me up, he does so it's so much easier. But then I've had other times where I've seen people be like I was shooting a scene for a couple of people one time, 2 girls, and like they kept stopping, and the one girl who's kind of famous and has tons of experience was like, there's only so much you can do with girl, really. And I'm just like, oh my God. So you're not gay at all, even a little bit. Noted. Like for me, it's just like, I'm going to do the things that like my desire is calling me to do. And that's, honestly, most of the time, like I actually prefer, like, go ahead, you just lay there and like let me do things on you.
I think girl, the strength of it is not the action, but the sensualness of it, in my opinion.
It can go all ways. Yeah. I mean, yes, definitely. When you do that sort of more like very sensual, almost romantic, whatever the fuck you want to call it, that stuff is great and beautiful, and there's such a space for that. Yeah. But it is also cool to be like, hey, I'm gonna slap you around and I'm gonna fuck you hard.
Trust me.
I'm gonna pull your hair and spit.
Men love watching women fuck other women with a strap on.
Well,
not dominate their asses. Yes.
You may or may not know this about me, but other people have told me and claimed that I am the queen of the strap-on. So
you want an AVN, and I'm pretty sure you've done a few strap-on scenes.
I've done hundreds, but and I've actually, so I got the Hall of Fame, but I won 2 AVN awards before that as well.
I know.
Okay. I'm gonna make sure you get all my accolades.
I let them tell you. You get them bitches gonna tell you. I just let them tell you.
I got you. Yeah, so it was a 2013 Best Girl scene with Danny Daniels, and that scene was amazing, directed by Mason. And then 2015, I got All Girl Performer of the Year. So that was nice.
So now you did the studio shoot, okay? We'll get to the content shoot in a second. Please explain to people how different shooting with the company is than you shooting content.
It's a world of difference. Yeah, like when you shoot with a company, you get to set, and it's usually like a giant mansion house in LA, somewhere in the valley. And there's this just massive crew of people walking around. And it's a movie set. I mean, this is the other thing that I wish like people kind of understand a little bit more. This isn't like just a room where people pull out their phones and start fucking. It's like, this is a movie that is being made. So there's wires and cords and ballasts and all these things. And there's like a sound guy, 1 or 2. There's like a lighting guy, 1 or 2. There's a photographer. There's several cameramen usually. There's a little like craft services kind of area, which might just be like some cheese and crackers and a veggie tray, but that makes us happy. And then, there's tons of people running around. Like sometimes no one even sees you come in. I gotta find the person, find the director, or whatever.
Yeah.
And then everything takes forever. And then usually like you'll take what's called pretty girls, which is like you put in your little lingerie outfit, and then the photographer will come and take several stills of you as you undress. And then the other performer might join you, and then you get dressed again, and then you go through them again and get undressed and take pictures. And that's, of course, after you've sat in the makeup chair. Because, yes, they the first thing is get her in the makeup chair for hair and makeup. So they'll do that first. Then we'll take the pictures. Then it's like oftentimes they'll have you sign the paperwork first right away. And then and then you get a script or something along those lines, and then you kind of get together with the other performer, and then all the crew that needs to be there is there. And I just want to say too that it's such this business-like environment. Like when my husband was my boyfriend and we were first dating, and I was like, listen, I feel like you might feel weird about this a little bit, so I'm going to want you to come and see what it's like. And so he came, and I think in his mind, he's like, oh, they're all just going to be fucking. They're all going to be flirting and grabbing ass and shit. And
born as hell.
Yeah, he was bored as hell. And he was like, oh, shit. It's almost like it's just a job or work. And yeah, after that, he was just like not worried, even in the slightest. At that time era, a lot has changed.
If people actually went and saw that maid do porn and got out their head of the sex part, they'd be like, man, girl, you don't go do that damn shit.
Yeah, just go.
I'll rub your booty when you get home, baby.
Yeah. I mean that's the thing.
But see,
again, that's
trying to also I'm asking this too. Because of the paid gigs, we'll get to the content in a second. When it comes to the paid gigs, I know you had moments where you and the girl won't have a chemistry. How does that work? How does that work? I've seen a scene, or even better, she ain't really into girls like we thought, because I've seen them scenes before.
Yeah, I mean, it happens. I've been really blessed and lucky that in my experience, the person that I'm performing with not actually being into girls at all has been super rare. Not gonna say it's never happened. It's definitely happened, but it's just super rare with me. Whereas I know a lot of other performers, they're like, it's all the time that they're just like, God, I feel like a molester or something. I'm just trying to do my job. And you know, there is something to be said. Like, I kind of wish that if you don't like girls, that I wish you wouldn't take the job, kind of. But if you do take the job and you don't like girls, then just be better at acting and performing. Like, pretend like you do.
Yeah, you know? because it's like especially in that part of porn, because you can really tell more so than that with a dude, because they do give a fuck about the pussy they eat.
Yeah,
they give a fuck about that, for sure. You feel what I'm saying? And so it's like, let's say it's a girl you're not attracted to. How do you work through that?
You know, I guess I just kind of feel like it's my job, and it doesn't bother me to have sex with a woman that I might not be particularly attracted to. Like, I just feel like maybe it's a little more work today because I'm not. But even then, like, I don't know, physical attraction is so interesting. Like, I can tell you there was a time when I was younger that I showed up and I was like, oh my God. Actually, it's happened maybe a couple times that the other person that I'm performing with is much, much older than me. And I can remember a couple times being like, oh my gosh, I'm going to be having sex with this person who's like 20, 30 years older than me. And I was, and I got to say, and who I maybe don't find like right off the bat, like, oh, she's so hot. I was just kind of like, okay, she's just like a woman. That's fine. And then we do this scene and it was fucking amazing. Like, always like having real orgasms. And like really being into it with the other person, and just it really being good sex. That always happened with like the older women who I was maybe not instantly attracted to, that by the end of the scene I was like, oh my God, you're so fucking hot and amazing. Because it's
I talked about, look, I'm gonna tell you, I said sometimes the person that unattractive fucks you so good that you find them attractive for that.
Yes, that's it. And the opposite 100% has happened several times where I'm like, oh, babe, or like, oh, this is a babe that like I've been wanting to work with for so long. Yeah. And then we get on set and their personality is utter shit. And then we do this scene and they're just like being fake the whole fucking time. And I'm like, damn, that's why you don't meet your heroes or something. I don't know.
See, that's why I tell people when it comes, it's a different level when you do the pro shoots. Because
yeah, it totally is.
You don't know who you work with majority of the time.
Usually, yeah.
And you got to develop chemistry.
Oh, yeah.
A small amount of time.
Yeah.
God forbid if the person you're dealing with, your co-star, ain't got an ego.
Yeah. That you might be lucky enough for them to not have an ego.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a fine line. You know, sometimes you just never know what you're going to get. But I will say that, like, I feel like there are a few tricks that I've developed to cultivate that chemistry. Mm-hmm. So when I first arrive on a pro set, I do try to, like, who am I working with? Hi, nice to meet you. And if I don't know them from anything, I'll start asking them, like, how'd you get into the industry? How old were you when you started? Like, I'll just sort of be like, I'm interested to know a little bit about you. So that's kind of how I like to start it, like a little connection. And then when we're doing the scene, so nowadays, because I've been doing this for so long, and also because the industry has changed to make sure that, like, people aren't doing things that don't feel good to them or that they don't want to do, we do these consent check talks. That did not happen, 15 years ago.
Oh
no. But now that's what we do, and so, like, we find out, we start at the top of the head and you go all the way down. Like, what can you touch? What can you pull, bite, twist, all that stuff? Where are you sensitive? What do you like? This is like a huge shift that's happened in the industry over the past 5-8 years. And I love it. So,
we'll see one, because content trade became king. When we came in, content trade wasn't king. Actually, to keep it 100, porn did everything in their power to stunt the growth of content trade. That's why we had Pornhub and all that, because I don't even want to go down that rabbit hole, but
it's a big one.
when it comes to your content, because eventually you decided to film your own, of course, and I'm pretty sure working with the studios, which I could tell, shaped how you film your own. So now, how do you pick your co-stars to work with, and what you base it off of?
Oh gosh, whoever's, like, in my vicinity and willing to work with me. And I guess the main thing that's important is that they are a professional, like, they're somewhat established. Like, at the very least, they have an OnlyFans. But yeah, I don't want to work with people who are like, well, you can't show my face, or like, I don't know. I just started like 3 months ago. I don't know. I'm kind of like, oh, let's wait until you're very sure that this is what you want to be doing and stuff. But yeah, other than that,
because the misconception probably fans will have when it comes to lesbian porn is that there's no real selection of who you work with. You get what I'm coming from? It's like they think the ladies that shoot with the guys are more selective than they are with the females. You get what I'm coming from?
More selective? Oh yeah, 100%, dude. Yeah, for sure. If I worked with guys, I'd probably work with like 3 guys, because most men in this industry, I'm sorry, not all, but a huge amount are shitty.
The fans already know what I said. 95% of the game is lame.
Yeah. Got it. Yes. And this is part of like me being like just sticking with girl stuff is like again, like I go to set, all my days are always nice and good and fun. Even if I'm having a scene with someone who's like not into girls, it's like, oh, well, it was the worst that happened. Like I sat on her face and she didn't like it. Like it's fine. But when you're on set with like a dude who is a bad guy or like a, you know, it's such a different, you can be physically
because I mean
and all this other stuff. Like
we could be honest here. All the bad shit that I done heard about that happened on set, it was never a girl on girl situation or a lesbian situation.
Yeah. And it just sucks because like I love people, you know, it's like I love men, but you know, I don't know if you've been paying attention, but men can be problematic. And so,
I mean,
you know,
that's
sometimes
obvious
it's like
because
that.
ever since OnlyFans, these the dudes that sit here and think that
Oh, this is
if
what
I
I'm
got
saying.
a cell phone in the ring light,
Yes.
we can fuck.
Yes, and it's funny because again, like I said, 22 years in this industry. The only content you'll find of me with a guy is with my husband now, who we've been together for almost 15 years.
And I'm agreeing with you. Your fans probably found that awkward.
Well, yeah. I've always been open that I am, you know, I'm not into one sex or gender, you know. I like
No, it's just the fact that
I like
you
people.
know,
But
your brand,
yeah.
your niche, typecast, whatever you want to call it, is lesbian. So
Yeah.
it's kind of like when your fan base used to you with hot chicks that they see you with a hot dude, they're like,
Yeah. Well, it
because some
depends.
girls be afraid it will fuck up their fan base if they did that.
Totally. And I get that. I have always had a partner though. I was only single for 4 months when I left my ex. So I was with him for 9 years and then I was single for 4 months and I got with my husband who I've been with for 15 years. So it's like but I never like tried to hide that I had a partner who was a cis male at any point. And that's just like a part of who my identity is that like, yeah, I have my cis male partner who I'm in love with, and that's fine. But like, I need women in my life too. Like, I am fucking attracted to women. Like, can't turn that switch off, really, you know. And so yeah, sometimes people, I mean, to this day, will see a clip of my boy girl scene or something with him, and they'll be like shocked and floored. Like, I thought you were a lesbian, you know. Like, I definitely got a lot of that. But less so anymore. But it was like I saw when, for example, Danny Daniels, that movie that we won the award for, that was her first boy girl movie. I was just the girl scene in that movie. And I could see online people that were just like, well, now that you're doing boy girl, I'll never watch your shit again. And I'm like, you need to calm the fuck down. Like because it's like, even they are dehumanizing us, but like in a wrong direction or like the opposite direction or whatever, where it's like, well, no, you have to be only this thing of what I want you to be. And if you aren't just that thing, then I don't even want to look at you anymore. Like,
I'm gonna tell you what's funny. And I noticed this. It's crazy. It's the same side of the coin. No one wants to see you evolve or grow.
Yes.
Whether it's like, because I always hear this, right? If you do porn, you're gonna want to do a boy. They're gonna make you want to do a boy girl. Then they want you to do a threesome. Then they want you to do gangbang. Well, one, you have a choice of what you do, and two, you have the right for sexual discovery through porn.
Absolutely.
The grace of it, actually.
Yes. And actually, that's the whole thing about it is that like sexual discovery through being in porn is like the safest way you could ever fucking do it because everyone is tested and everything is like monitored and there's usually people with more experience on that set with you and stuff like that. So it's like, the healthiest, safest way for you to explore the fantasies that you might have. Like, I will say that, you know, I know I've only done lesbian and all this stuff, but I would love to do a gangbang. I would love to have like, you know, 4 or 5 guys around me. I can't do anything.
Oh my God. Wait a second. You had them motherfuckers in shock off a boy girl. I can imagine. Oh, you know what I'm talking about? That shit would sell like a motherfucker. You never like.
Yeah. As long as my husband's one of those guys, then we're good to go. Like, let's do this.
That's called, she didn't jump off the cliff. She jumped off the mountain. Right about.
Yes.
No, but see, once again, it's like, that's the one thing that they automatically assume that because you do girl, lesbian porn, that you're lesbian, you don't have a man, you don't want dick in your life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And like people listening now, like, wait a second, she doesn't lesbian porn, she want a gangbang. Yeah.
I contain multitudes.
So I take it, so you and your husband in the swinging lifestyle?
I would not say that. I would not say that we're swingers.
Yeah.
We are like more monogamish, is the Dan Savage.
Y'all.
As long as we are together.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
We can have fun with other people. But that's pretty much exclusively
y'all
women.
Non-traditional monogamous.
What'd you say? What'd you
They
call
were
it?
classified as non-traditional monogamous.
Yeah, non-traditional monogamous. That's right.
God, they got to classify every fucking day.
They do. Sometimes it can be useful, and sometimes it can be a lot of pressure. But yeah.
So it's like, but see, what's interesting is that, like I said before, you are one of you ladies that your career blossomed from that.
Yeah.
Because not a lot of ladies, and two, you survive by not dripping into the porn side. You get where I'm coming from?
Yeah.
Because let's be honest, a lot of females want to do, how can I put this? They want to do porn shit, but they don't necessarily want to fuck dudes. Like, they fuck dudes. You get where I'm coming from?
Yeah.
So it's like, you see females do solos because they saw women make money doing solos, or the ladies that did, even though they had probably more videos than that of solo in their OnlyFans, but all you see is solos on their shit. What have you? You feel what I'm saying?
Okay.
Please speak to what they're missing when they see this.
Like what the fans are missing when
What
they
not just forget fans. We'll talk about fans in a second. First,
okay.
People that see you, they want to get in this business.
Okay.
They see, oh, I didn't have to fuck a dude, and this, that, and third. Like I said, they saw, the girls with the dildos, and that's all they see. They squirting. They think, oh, that's all I have to do. You get where I'm coming from? What are they missing?
Well, fuck. It's just difficult because of the way that the industry has changed so much. That I do think a lot of people, and I see this a lot, the people think that you could just start an OnlyFans and post a few pictures of your feet and the money is just going to start dumping into your bank account. And so I feel like what they're missing is that, like, regardless, I mean, you don't, obviously my career shows, like, you don't have to fuck a dude if you don't want to. Like, you don't have to do anything you really don't want to. I mean, there's tons of nuance in that as well, but it's like, if you are going to only work with women and you want it to be successful, you better fucking really like women. You better fucking really be attracted to women. If you want to be successful and actually have it last, because I feel like that's that piece of the authenticity. That people, like, when they watch my scenes, they can see that, like, I want to be fucking this person, this woman, like, and that, like, I just love, like, getting down on a pussy and, like, inhale. I love, like, feeling the soft pubes on my nose and just, like, tasting and breathing and teasing, and, like, that's just because, like, I love pussy, like, I want it, and so I think it's a little bit delusional to be like, well, I'm not really attracted to women, but I guess I could do like a few scenes or something, and then maybe I'll make all this money. And it's like,
but see, because you really like women, you're able to entertain. Because even to the point, like,
yes, that's the other part of it. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, because the other part of it is that, like, someone asked me, well, how do I have a long career as a solo content creator? I said, it's impossible, but yet possible. I said, you have to, one, incorporate your solo content with your camming, because that's going to help each other. And two, you can't mail it in. Even some of the best solo artists, they have multiple toys. They cosplay. They actually have parts of the solo that they don't have a dildo in their pussy. And they just jump up there with their teeth.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They entertain. You feel what I'm saying?
Yes, totally, 100%. And so that is the other thing, because I definitely, like, you do see these people, or I'll do trades with people where they're just like lazy as fuck, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna make the scene good even if you refuse. But you're hitting that nail on the head, because like I do think a lot of people look at porn and they're like, well, shit, I can do that. I can get fucked. But it's not about just like getting fucked. It's about like creating like entertainment and this like passionate something that people want to see. And there's just so much fucking porn out there. Like, how are you gonna stand out? You know, and so like I try to, it's just this interesting line, and I talk about it as like, I know where the camera is without looking at it. You know, it's a little sixth sense you develop. And so it's like, do I want to have a genuinely good time? I would love to have an orgasm. I would love to give orgasms, multiple if I can. But at the end of the day, we are creating entertainment. So I know that I can't lay on my back on the bed and get my pussy eaten out for 30 minutes, because that some people will want to see that, sure. But like, I need to appeal to enough people to where it's going to make me some income, because I'm making entertainment. And so you're going to have to be a little more dynamic than that. You know, like if I'm just like, okay, well, I'm not going to come from this, and it's been 5 minutes, like, we need to move things along, you know? And then I think about like the way I'm shaping and holding my body. And I think about what the camera is seeing. Is it seeing this eye contact of me with the other person? Is it seeing me kiss her neck? Like, is it seeing my hands like gripping and grabbing? And like those are all these elements that make it look entertaining. And so you have to cultivate that. And I was raised to be a performer. Like, my dad was a theater teacher, drama teacher at a high school.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Both my teachers were English. Both my parents were English teachers. My grandpa was an English teacher. Like, they would take me to plays, live theater. I was in singing, dancing, acting, performing, like my whole life growing up. So for me, when it came time to like step on a stage at a strip club, like I was already there, you know. And live performance is like my favorite thing to do, especially like live sexual performance.
I love the fact that you used to strip. I'm like, oh, they just so sexy.
Oh yeah, I've been thinking about going back so much lately. I mean, just for fun. But yes, then somebody I talked to was like, well, don't colonize their space. Like, they need that money. And I'm like, I know, but I just want to do it. I just want to do the dancing. I just dance on stage, and then everyone could just leave me alone.
Oh my God. So now, since we now know she's a pop mom, you think I won't go and get back to that? Mm-hmm. So tell us about the podcast, Sage Advice with Sinn Sage.
Yes, definitely. Can I take a bathroom break real quick?
Yeah. Go ahead.
I'll be back in like 30 seconds.
Okay, so people, while we waiting for her to come back real quick, we'll be right back. Give us a second. Get that dough, bust them Joes, watch them hoes, keep your shit on the low. Get that dough, bust them Joes. And we are, hold on, I get good. And we are back. So there, tell us about Sage Advice with Sinn Sage.
Yes. Okay. So I'd say over the pandemic or right after, I got a publicist for a while. I had never had one before, and I was like, I kind of want to see what it was all about. And I was on so many podcasts, and they would ask me the same stupid fucking questions every single time. And it was really boring and bland. And I was like, none of these were podcasts that like really wanted to like get to know me, or the things that I thought, or like my philosophies, or like the multiple dimensions that I am as a person. It was just like, tee-hee, like, so who's your favorite scene, or whatever the fuck. And I was like, oh my God, this is awful. And the more I did it, I was like, I feel like I could make something that's like way better than this. So it took a little, I wasn't exactly sure like what the sort of like basis would be at first. And I talked to, it was the producer of, actually my publicist had a podcast at the time, and her producer and I, when I was on her show, connected because we were talking about horror, and I love horror movies and media and stuff. And anyways, I was like, yeah, can I connect with you and ask about me having my own podcast? And so we kind of like workshopped a few ideas, and then I kind of just settled on the advice thing because I have been a big fan of Dan Savage for a decade now, more than that. And he is a advice podcaster, but prior to that, he wrote an advice column in the Seattle's newspaper, The Stranger. So, and then he always was saying like, the only requirement to get into this gig is like that you want to give people advice and they ask you for it. And so that's it. So I was like, well, I feel like I could do that. I feel like I'm pretty good at it. Taking my own advice, maybe not as good, but really good at dispensing good advice. And so on my podcast, I will have a sex worker, very often porn stars, but not always. I've had an author. I've had a couple authors, professors, some other people that are like, tangential to sex work or supportive of it for various reasons. And then they come on and we talk for about an hour. And I like to ask questions, like interesting questions about their life and the way they think about things and all that stuff. And I do find out like what brought them to doing this kind of work. And the question that I ask everybody at some point is, what was your first experience of porn? Like the first time you recognized that adult entertainment was a thing? Because of course, like I'm a little pre-internet child, and the common thing of like my friends found a box of it out in the desert. Or like the first time for me was one of my friends, like her dad was a biker. And so he had stacks of these Easy Rider magazines hidden in his house somewhere. And we found them and we're looking at the titties on the motorcycles and shit.
Mine was Cinemax. After that.
Exactly. So a lot of people, it was, Cinemax, or it was the TV with the cable station that you couldn't really see anything.
Oh, I know you're talking about.
See some of this going on.
I know you're talking about. I used to watch a whole bunch of wrestling pay-per-views that way. I can see it good enough.
Just enough.
Good enough. I knew you're talking about it.
And you might get some audio from it, But what I love about asking that question is that is one thing that everyone has in common. Like there was a time that you found porn for the first time ever. And so I think that's like a cool little story that someone could tell that we can all kind of relate to, because we've had that as well. And then I might ask them about their sexual identity, like their attractions or their gender identity and stuff, and how they came to understand that about themselves. And then we have 2 questions. So they are advice questions. And, listeners can send those questions in, and that's what we answer. So it's just an email for now. And I'll read the email, and then the guest and I kind of respond with advice. And I feel like because, they're getting advice from people who have experience with sex. And and so I just think like maybe we have a little bit of a perspective that is more valuable than just anyone else.
Yeah, because
sex, sexuality, stuff like that, relationship.
Yeah, because you have wives, men, women, husbands, what have you, that they don't know how to have a conversation, sexual conversation with his wife. A man might want to be pegged. He don't know how to have that conversation with his woman, or she don't know how to receive it.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times we don't say nothing because we're worried about how that person's going to receive it.
Of course. Of course. Yeah, that's huge. So I like answering those questions because, like, example, if you were to, like, let's just use that example.
Yeah.
Someone writes in and is like, I am a husband and I really, really want my wife to peg me, but I don't know how to like I don't want her. Or from the wife's point of view, where she's like, my husband just came to me and said he wanted me to peg him. Does that mean he's gay? It's like, well, no, it just means he wants you to fuck him in the ass. That's not the thing that makes you gay. Yeah, gay and straight people have
I'm sorry, I don't. It's just the top. I did a show discussing why toxic masculinity is killing America, and that's one of the parts of toxic masculinity. But they don't understand that's not even a gay act in any way, shape, form, or fashion.
No, it's not. It's just like it's your body part. And anyone can do anything to your body part, if everyone's consenting to it.
So they think anything to the ass makes them be gay. If she eats the ass, she thinks of it. You're gay. You're gonna wake up the next morning and say, you know something? I feel like sucking a dick and taking one in my ass today.
Yeah.
All because my wife put a finger in there.
Yeah. Which, I guess also doesn't necessarily make you gay. I think what makes you gay is if you are attracted to men, you're gay.
It makes you gay. You want to fuck or be fucked by a dude, you're gay, okay? Or like women, you bisexual. If you want to say pansexual, queer, whatever.
Yeah, or pan.
You definitely like both sexes.
Yes.
Or three.
Or all of them. Yeah. Yeah, totally. So that's what we do, and it's been going on for quite some time now, and I don't make zero. Actually, I just got my biggest payment of like $45. So that was amazing. But it cost me.
I laugh when people ask me to pay them to come on my podcast. I'm like,
no.
Like, what you think? I'm Joe Budden?
Yeah.
Call her daddy?
Right.
And they don't even pay nobody.
I know. Well, you don't get paid to be a guest.
About
Being a guest is it's self-promotion.
Yeah.
So that's what you're doing.
I can't pay you with money that I don't have.
But I don't have.
I pay you with a business that don't pay the people to come on it.
Dude, for real. So yeah, it was like I have little ad reels, I guess. I don't have anything to do with it, but like usually I'd make $15 like twice a year. So I'm from like ad revenue.
I'm demonetized on Spotify. I demonetized on YouTube. I still have a member section that I can make money off on Spotify, but yeah,
there's a way to monetize
you glorify sexuality.
But that's right, and I think that's the thing that keeps you from being able to monetize it.
I ain't even worried about it.
Yeah,
fans know why.
I just I say this on the podcast a lot. Like right now, it's just a pretty expensive hobby. You can see on my Patreon, I'm pulling in I think like $150 a month, and each episode costs me $100, and I try to produce 3 a month, so I stay a little bit ahead. So it's like almost $300 a month that I pay, and from Patreon, I'm barely pulling in like $150. So,
but see, the thing about it is, even when I started this, okay, I walked in knowing it ain't no money in this shit.
No, unless you're fucking Joe Rogan, I guess.
you Joe Rogan, it's unless you are with a network that is clicking money like that with ad revenue, you are getting at least 1 million like listens.
Yeah. Right. Like last podcast on the left. Like I think those guys probably doing okay.
I mean, if you want to be honest, the money in pod is really the subscription. Like I said, the Patreons, me doing with the loyal fans. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Because even to the point we think about the plug, Lana, her shit is only on OnlyFans.
Right.
You know so it's like, but no, this is a labor of love. So
it is. That's the thing. It is an expensive hobby, but it's more than a hobby because I'm doing it with a purpose. Like I'm really hoping that I'm reaching people and like opening their minds about this stuff. So you
see also too, this is keep 100. It's also advertising. Why the way you think I said allmylinks.com/rap star.
I heard that. Yeah, I need to get some sponsors like that where I can do the ad read. Like
no, that's my shit. What are you talking about? Oh no, I'm gonna pump my porn on my podcast. Fuck y'all.
Right. Okay. Got you. Yes.
Yeah, I'm going
Well,
to January to go see my shit. I'm talking about it. So you can see that I'm actually legit.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, but
I hope it
see,
all feeds into itself,
That's why I'm glad more of us are getting podcasts. Because
full circle.
it's one, we can really teach the people that's coming in. And then two, also humanize us in the same sense. Because people love hear people talk about sex, and they're curious about how we live.
Yes, exactly. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so that's why I think it's like important that we do this. And who knows? Maybe someday something nice will happen.
Oh yeah, shit. I ain't gonna front. I saw. I used to follow Horrible Decision. Now the decision took them 10 years. So, and you know what I'm saying. Hey, the way I look at it is, I'm happy where I'm at though, because I did get 2 times nominated though. Yay!
Oh, congratulations!
Yay! I hope I can win one of them motherfuckers out of this bitch. So anyway, I done held this gorgeous boss lady, legend, all that up here for an hour, and we ain't touched the surface on a lot of conversation about this business, life, and so forth. So with that being said, I got to ask her the $1 million question, Miss Sinn Sage. Can I call you a smoke buddy?
Oh, definitely. Yes.
Okay, say no more. So what that means, people, smokers. We're gonna bring her back to the smokers lounge. But I hear the premium smokers. Yeah, we're gonna talk to her about coming to the place where the conversation gets saucy, the tits pop out, dildos might pop out. You don't know what might pop off unless you subscribe. I'm talking about none other on Loyal Fans, the Premium Smoke Room, my Risque Podcast Network, part of the Smoke This Over Podcast Network. I'm talking about 4 podcasts. Plus, I opened up the VIP Smoke Room. I even opened up the VIP Smoke Room live on X, where my followers, aka smokers, my subscribers, aka premium smokers, can submit questions for these sexy ladies to answer. Also, you can check out my XXX store, where I give ladies the work, because you can see my work, because big dicks grow in the sticks. That's why they call it Big Country Daddy. Also on Spotify, I got some smoke over there for subscribers as well. I have had the smoke on it, where I give my unapologetic opinion and views on certain topics that I feel like discussing. And the one podcast that give the men of porn their say, I'm talking about Savage Smoke, where I talk to the industry's top male talents and producers, and we give you that real smoke from a male perspective about the porn industry. So whether you want some premium smoke, you had the smoke on it, are you looking for some Savage Smoke, either way, please just subscribe to the smoke. So Miss Sage, show everybody where they can find you, spend money, and listen to your wonderful podcast.
Yeah, absolutely. So my podcast is Sage Advice with Sinn Sage, and you can find that on literally every podcast platform. So Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, all of them. So please listen. New episode every other Monday. My next one, I'll drop it here right now. Cherie DeVille. I have been waiting. She is a very good friend of mine, but I was waiting until I had like a solid listener base to have her on. So I'm so excited. And then aside from that, I just invested in a brand new, very professional looking website. It's just a model site, it's not like a membership or anything, but that is where you can go to find out more about me, to contact me, to find everywhere that I sell my clips. I have clips for sale, many vids, I want clips. And you can find all that at sinn-sage.com. You spell sin with 2 N's, SINN-SAGE.com. And you find all my stuff there. Say hello. You can find out about custom videos. That's like the main thing that I do. So there's a form and an FAQ and all that stuff. So you can come and order a custom video from me.
Yes. So, smokers, what did you smoke over the day? What did you learn? What did we teach you? Like I said, entertainment, ladies and gentlemen. Remember I told you, I said I'm going to show you every aspect of sex work in the porn business. I showed you escorting. I showed you gay porn. I gave you transgender porn. I gave you straight porn. I gave you pogs, MILFs. Now we have another spectrum. Lesbian porn.
Yeah.
Still the same blueprint to make money in this shit. Doesn't matter if you're fucking a dude or you're fucking a girl, you're fucking a dildo. It's about treating it as a business.
Yes.
See, and the beauty of this lady is, like me, she's seen it from the beginning to now. It's a testament that not only did she make the Hall of Fame, let's make this clear, she lasted, let's see here, over 10 years in this business. That means that you had to be able to adjust to the changes of this business. There are companies that couldn't do it.
I know.
Y'all heard me talk about that. They couldn't adjust to moving to the internet. And she has the unique ability to say that I came in as a teen, they loved me then, and they love me even more now that I'm a MILF. But the point being is experience.
Yes. Yes.
Experience. And it proves my point, ladies and gentlemen. The game is about longevity. The money is in how long you in it. Period. Because the key is to consistently make money and increase. Because we hear all these numbers, 83 million, 40 million, 50 million. You know what's funny? There was people that were sitting there talking about they were making 20 million in 2020. Right now, they ain't making shit.
Yeah.
Because, once again, the key to this business is adjusting.
Yeah.
See, you have to adjust the game. The game don't adjust to you. The game been here too long. Porn been here too long. From VHS to cell phones. You know, period. You have to learn to adjust with it. Also, this lays a testament to you have choice. See, y'all love having this little conversation. Well, you ain't got a choice in doing it. They ain't gonna make you have choice even more now than ever.
Yeah.
You have a choice of who you fuck, how you fuck, when you fuck, and where. And when it comes out. It's the one business, I said it again, it's a matriarchy. You want to know why the government is so on it? Why men own it, talk shit about it? Because this one business that women can create generational wealth, be their own boss, gain confidence, believe in themselves. Even some of them were able to get through their past traumas through this fucking business.
Yes. Yes.
Believe it or not. And even when you look into the employment guide in the United States, it says adult film actress and actor. It's legal.
Yes.
So with all that being said,
Wow.
the point being is, if you want to be successful in this business, you have to think long game, not short.
Yeah.
And you have to be willing to change with the business, but change if you're willing to change. You get what I'm saying? Because this lady stick to her guns and she's in the Hall of Fame. Why can't y'all stick to y'all guns? But even more so, I'm going to say this again, though. If you take something off the table, you better be so goddamn good at what the fuck you do. We forgot you even had it on the table to begin with.
Yes. We forgot about the table. Shit.
Bingo, goddamn. You forgot there was cornbread there. That chicken was so good. Yeah. So with that being said, we in these things all day, every day. Life is a learning experience. What's the point of the experience if you haven't learned anything? Smoke this over. Say goodbye to him, Miss Sage.
Bye, everyone. Check out my stuff.
I'll talk to you on the other side. We out.
Don't go to bed with no price on your head.
Yeah. Bullshit. You.
Born rap star. What's up? It's your boy Drizzy Drake, and you are now rocking with Kane.
Live on the stage, back on my shit. Now I'm beating dick to a point big. Back on my rap shit, no rap shit. Can't say shit. Just trying to be hood, but not dead in dick. Your boys can't watch from the sideline. As I get mine like a rip tide. Don't get carried by the rock side. As I try to get my broke head like apartheid. South Africa. Top spot, I'm coming after you. Laughter. For the boys who thought it was safe after I left the game. Now I'm back at the game. Ain't a damn thing changed. Still the same. The only thing that changed, I got some gray in my veins. I'm still the champ. I'm still the shit. Y'all just the shit. Not even worth a comment. Don't go to bed with no price on your head, no.
What's up? It's your boy Drizzy Drake, and you are now rocking with Kane.
Yeah.